pretty hungry right now. I don't know about you guys.
I'm hungry too. I want some lunch.
Hamburger sounds right now.
Hey, guys.
Sushi.
Hey, it's me, Brendan. Is anybody going out to lunch? Do you guys want to go out to lunch with me?
I actually brought mine.
I'm not really hungry. I'm kind of on the diet.
I got Lunchables with a little bread.
Okay. Cool. Well, maybe next time then.
Yeah.
Sure, buddy.
Maybe.
Great. Okay.
Yeah.
See you guys later.
You want to go to lunch?
Oh, we should all go together.
Okay.
You want to go?
Let's do it.
All right.
Let's all go. You know what? I love having lunch with everybody.
Oh, yeah.
I will kill every single one of them.
It's part 3 of our visit to the legendary William Street, and this time we'll give you a first look at some brand new Adult Swim shows. And guess what? They're not unfunny. Plus, do you want your digital videos to look like they were shot on film because you're all classy like that? Well, we've got the answer. And Dark Lord Kevin Rose will show you how to install a keystroke logger to out anyone who's been trespassing on your home row. Now, take potent potables for $300 because it's Attack of the Show.
Pick up on this.
Wednesday.
Yes, it is.
Welcome to the show, everyone. I'm exhausted, man.
You are. You've been working. You were here late last night.
I was here late. I have been furiously trying to get this Attack of the Show bulletin board system up and running.
Right.
Started after the show yesterday. Kind of worked on it a little bit.
Yeah, we're not talking about bulletin boards like boards on, PHP boards or web-based boards.
No,
we're talking old school.
Yeah, I'm talking like, get out the modem, dial up, make it happen. And I'm running World War IV, and I'm having a problem. I got it. Don't shrug.
I never liked World War IV. I'm not a big fan.
What did you want to install?
PC board.
Could you get it?
Well, I tried to get Wildcat running, which it was just a nightmare. Well, you had it.
So this one's up and running.
Yeah, well,
and this one can actually take a call.
I give you props for that.
Well, thank you. But the problem here is that those door games, man.
Yes.
I can't get the door games to work, so I'm begging and pleading anybody out there that's watching that is good with the bulletin boards, email me, please. The address is AOTBBS, that's Attack of the BBS, AOTBBS@gmail.com. And if you can get me some help getting the door games going, we'll give you some credit on the board. And leave your phone number, because I'm not kidding. We're going to call you after the show. Like, we're going to be working on this all night.
Can we not get, like, AOTSBBS@G4.com or G4TV.com?
It's just quicker and easier for me to use Gmail. To be honest. Yeah. Excellent. So, please, seriously help. And, I don't know, Sarah, is it a fossil driver thing? What do you... No?
Nah.
Okay.
Sure, it's not a fossil driver thing.
I don't know what it is, man.
Do you mess around with door.sys?
I did. I was just using chain. It's actually like a chain file because that's
nice.
World War IV. But anyway,
cool.
I need the help. Anything going on today, Sarah?
Well, last week we asked people to make user-created T-shirts.
Yes.
And today we're going to show off some of our favorites. So this is very exciting. If you participated, you might be a big star.
Ooh.
Nice.
Good to hear. Good to hear. Now, there's a web show called From the Shadows.
Yes.
This has been out on the net a couple days ago and whatnot, but here's their little website. Now, for their first episode, they went ahead and kind of stress tested the wireless capabilities of, the DS and the PSP and whatnot. So, they drove around on cars and they did motorcycles and, subway rides, etc. But here's the coolest part. They took the DSs up into the sky and did a little skydiving while playing wireless multiplayer on the Super Mario.
We have some footage of it, too.
We do.
It's pretty cool.
And there they are, getting ready. Woo!
Boom. Jumping out.
Yep, there we go. And they're playing. And I think someone lost a stylus right there.
They actually completed an entire game while they were skydiving. It's really cool. They tested a couple different ways. They also did some driving around on the freeways. I know these guys. These are cool guys. You know a few of these guys, too.
Absolutely, absolutely. FromTheShadows.tv is their website.
Definitely download it and check it out.
Yeah. They got the DivX right there on their site.
Very cool. Now, I found another site, or we did together. You're really stoked on this, and so am I.
Yes, we surfed the net together.
Yeah, so we got to sit in the same chair.
Kevin, you type the www, and I'll do
the site is Don't Click It. It's home of the... What happened?
Well, it just tried to refresh the page, and I think we're having internet issues. So
Are we serious?
Oh, wait,
there
we might have it cached.
It's the home of the Institute for Interactive Research. It's pretty cool. It's all about navigating through the site without actually clicking.
Yeah, and that's a pain, too, because it's hard. It goes against everything you want to do.
The first thing you want to do is click something.
Right.
It's really cool. Like, take a look here. So if we go there, see how it highlights the different menus. It takes us around. So there's no clicking involved. It's all about, look at this, the click history. Well, hold on. What's the
Go to Explore. Yeah, it's all about
This is
usability.
really cool.
So like they have the Button Lab.
The Button Lab is really cool. We click on Go here, and it's different ways to activate buttons. Normally, you would just click on a button to get to do something.
Right.
And that's the first thing I did when I saw the button.
Right.
But here are different ways to actually get it to. No, this one here is what, left to right?
Yeah, you have to kind of like scratch over the button, and then it says, hey, it's activated. I like the timer one. I think this is a really good idea. It could be very...
Oh, the timer one's the last one here.
Great.
Let's go to the timer one.
I mean, if you leave it on there, you'll see the button kind of changes to a progress bar, and the longer you leave it on there, the more it's activated. So it's more of like a usability kind of user interface design idea, and I really like the concept.
No, it's really cool, and especially cool how they record the first 20 seconds of what you're doing, and you can watch other people's recordings. You were showing me some of that stuff.
Yeah, they have a bunch of different like little, I don't want to say mini games, but little kind of tricks like that. You can leave tags and messages for other people as well. Very cool site.
Yeah, if you're into web usability or next generation type design stuff, you'll love it. Good site to check out.
Don'tclick.it. And finally,
don't click. You know what happens when it clicks.
Oh, yeah, here, hold on.
You got to show that real quick.
So if you're on the site, we did this earlier. If you try and click, it's like,
oops, you clicked.
And you really feel like
gives you like a 10-second timeout.
It puts you on the naughty mat.
That's cool.
That's a Nanny 9/11 reference, by the way.
Don't know what you're talking
I watched
about.
that show a lot.
Nanny 9/11?
Yeah, it's like Nanny. It's like a Nanny emergency.
You
she
watch
comes to your
that
house
crap?
and teaches you how to parent. It's in HD.
Don't admit that crap.
It's in HD. Why not? I'll watch shows on flamingos and volcanoes.
There's women's tennis in HD.
Well, I wouldn't watch that. That is pretty lame. All right, now a group of Israeli internet geeks set out to prove that snails and pigeons could transfer data faster than ADSL.
This is pretty funny.
It's kind of like a part science experiment, part art project, but this picture on their site makes it all worthwhile. Yes.
I was going to say, that's the snail. He's basically, they took some balsa wood and hooked it up to him so he's got like a little chariot behind him. Yes. And he has to pull it along. And they actually got the data from one side of the room to the other faster than if they would have transferred it.
Yeah, he's lugging two like DVD discs that are like 4.5 gigs each. So it's much faster. And he even gives you the breakdown, like pigeons, what their kbps is versus the snail protocol that he's developed. Pretty funny stuff.
Funny.
I gotta give him that. I give him credit just for coming up with the idea.
All
right, now today we're going to be taking your tech questions, so give us a call. The number is 800-839-7880, and you can email us on our web form at g4tv.com/askaots and chat with us at chat.g4tv.com. And if we take your call, we're going to send you some Adult Swim swag.
Nice. We had it all week, and now it's time to give it away.
I've been teasing. Doing a little teasing. Now it's time to give. A little teasing, a little naughty. And also check with our chat moderator because he's going to be dumping some goods on you guys as well if you can answer his riddles. He's got some little questions for you.
Nice.
Good stuff. Now when we come back, if you think you've got more Adult Swim than you can handle now, well, just wait until you see the brand new shows they have on slate for you this fall. You may faint. You may. There are a slew of new shows coming out this fall on Adult Swim, and I went to William Street to get you some exclusive clips. Before we show that, I have to be honest. My real goal was to pitch them my own Adult Swim show, and you know what? I think they liked what I had to say. Now, Adult Swim may be incredibly successful, but that doesn't mean that anybody around these parts is resting on their laurels. In fact, these chefs over at William Street, well, they're always in the cartoon kitchen whipping up fresh batches of laughter.
Stroker and Hoop is a detective show starring Stroker and Hoop and their talking car. And they're fairly mediocre at solving their cases.
Stay calm. I'm Hoop, and this is my partner, Stroker.
Detectives, not gay.
We know how you feel, Megan. High school sucks.
You're too fat to be a cheerleader, so you do the goth thing.
Stroker is John Strockmeyer, former mattress salesman turned private investigator. It's kind of like our typical TV detective, and then Hoop is a little bit more of the do-gooder.
It's a nice night, at least. Sitting outside in the quiet, just being. Cool grass on our buttocks.
Car, 1980s model of some sort.
It would be like a super beta version of OnStar, but with a passive-aggressive voice actor behind it.
I'm Kevin Ferrer. I'm with G4.
Hey,
how you doing? I hear you take some pitches and you do the shows for Adult Swim. Mr. Jenkins III. He's a balding, sweet-toothed, cross-dressing mechanic who uses a magical wrench to stamp out poverty.
The other students laugh at me. They call me retarded hair guy.
Perfect Hair Forever is the story of Gerald, who's a young bald boy on a ridiculous quest for quality hair in a mystical land.
Uncle Grandfather.
Nick, I'll tell you, kids these days are unhealthy in general. They're overweight, they're lazy. Well, not anymore, thanks to the Yum Yum Squad. Okay, this is a little bit of a spin-off, but I think it's spinning in the right direction instead of spinning out of control like some other shows on this network.
Can I help you? Can I help you? What do you do? I do it all. Let's see. Well, because that's something I can do.
I write, direct, and draw 12-ounce Mouse, and I star in 12-ounce Mouse, and I'm building the set for 12-ounce Mouse. And the show is about a really lovable, sexy mouse who's fond of beer and sort of lives in this bizarre world of love and espionage.
Do something. I am. I did. Are you drunk? Not drunk enough.
It looks like a 3-year-old drew it and animated it, but it was me.
Meet Sal. He's a hate-fueled, eye-patch-wearing anchor, and he also struggles with Vietnam flashbacks. But it's an anchor, right? So when he's having a flashback, he's just underwater, struggling with the cigarette. War's going on above him. Mr. T. What if Mr. T was an animated, what is like a furry animal, and you...
Hey, excuse me, you reckon you could give me permission to date your pumpkin?
Get off my porch.
Get out of your house. Hey, you like that? You like that?
Squidbillies is about some squids in the North Georgia mountains, pretty much just raising hell.
No, Yeah, I ain't gonna touch my front butt unless I get one of them sport radio things with the earbuds.
Here you go. Go home, take it. Now, can I please have one of them Walkmans? That'll be $34 if you got it. This ought to cover it.
We have early Kyler. He was a young squid who made a decision to break the law to win the love of a woman.
Will you marry me?
Yeah, I guess.
It's a little more like a redneck sort of soap opera, rock opera, kind of folk opera maybe. Not so much rock.
What I love about Adult Swim shows is they do things that on another network somebody in a suit would have said, don't do that or water it down.
Good times.
You tried.
What do you mean I think they liked it. I'm expecting a phone call anytime soon, no?
Sure, they'll call you any day now.
That's what my mom said.
Sure
I'm like,
of it.
yeah, thanks, Mom. Swag even. We've been talking about it for days.
Yeah.
I don't know, you got the William Street thing.
Oh, yeah,
here.
you want to see the back of it? It's
Yeah,
cool.
that's the coolest part.
Cool. Let me get out
here
here a
You
little
can pretty much
bit.
get into any club.
Cool logo.
As long as you're wearing that.
Oh, yeah.
And
very hip, very LA.
maybe some of our chatters or the callers today are going to get this, so start dialing. And tomorrow is the grand finale of my William Street adventures. Excited?
Is it really going to be the end?
It is the end, I
We've
promise.
been talking about William Street for like 3 weeks.
But listen, we're going behind the scenes of Aqua Teen Hunger Force. And Dave and Matt, they're going to spill some secrets about the new Aqua Teen movie.
Some secrets.
Some secrets. There
Top
might be
secret stuff?
spoilers. There might be. You've been warned.
Well, I'm excited. Can't
All
wait
right.
for tomorrow.
Now, you don't want to miss a locked and loaded first 50, and that's why you'll be back after these messages.
Absolutely. Also, if you ever wondered what people do on your PC when you're not around, we've got the awful truth. Phone next.
Porn.
It's time for a dark tip guaranteed to satisfy or your money back.
Is there a restocking fee?
Yes, 15%.
Damn it. Forget it. It's not worth it.
When you think about keystroke loggers, you think about, capturing keystrokes, some piece of software that's installed that's hidden, but they've kind of changed. There's a new breed out. This one's actually been out for a little while. I wanted to show you called Key Catcher. Take a look at this one right here.
All right.
This looks like a software box, but actually it's a piece of hardware. Take a look at this guy right here. This is the end of a PS2 keyboard, and this plugs right into the back here, and this little device captures all of your keystrokes. Isn't that cool?
I'm actually very angry that we're showing this off. That's less.
There's no software to install. Works on XP 2000, 9590. It doesn't matter.
So how do you actually dump the input?
There's a special little key combination that you hit, and it brings up Notepad with all of the input of what's going on inside.
Really?
Yeah, it's pretty cool. It can actually capture up to 64,000 keystrokes.
I bet it can.
Isn't that cool?
Yeah, that's awesome. So
you don't like that?
Well, just now I'm going to go home. I'm going to go home and check my keyboard cable for.
I know. I'm constantly doing that now. That's why I switched to USB keyboard because then you won't have to worry about that.
So they don't make anything like this?
No, not for USB
yet.
No.
Okay, good.
So if you have a USB keyboard, you're probably safe. Next one is eBlaster. If you want a piece of software that can do it, parents at home, if you want to monitor the kids or kids want to monitor your
jealous
parents.
ex-boyfriends want to see
that
what
works
the
too.
girlfriend's
That works too. This is eBlaster right here, and eBlaster is going to hide on your machine and allow you to capture keystrokes, applications. It takes screenshots and then
very hidden. Seems like
no. Well, this is actually the control panel. But after you minimize it and close it out, it hides itself. So now the thing with these though is they're very hard to discover. It's kind of hard to find, if the application like this is installed on your computer. So actually, Security Focus has a great article on how you can get around things like this. There's a program right here. This is it right here called Ethereal. You heard about this before,
yeah,
right?
This doesn't seem like the easiest way to go
No, but it's a way to kind of detect if you have something like this installed on your machine, because a lot of the times, different applications like your various, adware, spyware search and destroy, things like that, won't find certain keystroke loggers. So this is a way to see what's being sent in and out of your machine. But here's an example of one that was using an external email to send all of your keystrokes out of the machine, so that actually you can find out what's going on there.
All right. Well, is this something that an average Joe kind of user could install?
Probably
not.
Well, you could, but it's pretty hardcore to get to understand how this all works.
Right.
Now, there is another solution. Take a look at this here. They recommend that if you don't want your keystrokes captured, the best way is to use a virtual keyboard that's built into Windows XP, because then you click to enter your username and password. You say,
just for the username and password?
Just for the username and password when you're accessing your email. I'm not thinking about everything that you
I was like,
type.
dude, that would take an hour to type an email. I might as well just send text messages.
You're going to be in a chat conversation like A-D. No, you don't want to do that. No, but just for sensitive information, they recommend using something like this. So
that's actually pretty smart.
If you want to read this article, I definitely go to Security Focus. They have a great article on it. If you want the links to either of these products, you can check out our show notes for all
Very nice. Now, stick around. You know why?
Why is that?
Because the feed is going to take today's news and slam it head first into the canvas.
Nice.
Yeah.
You're pumped.
It's a feed. I like it.
Roy?
I like the news.
It's getting kind of buffering.
Extra creatine. And I reveal this week's first 50. Don't miss that, because it's a game. And you love the games, right? Kevin?
A little bit.
And we're back.
We are.
We are.
Yes.
You knew we would be. Coming up, make your digital film look more like the silver screen with Magic Bullet software. And we show off the T-shirts you all made in this week's User Created. Not bad. Now, Kevin.
Yes.
Everyone has a first time, right?
Very
sure
true.
You remember yours. But me, I captured mine on video, and I'd like to share it with the world. Oh, yeah, it's time for a first 50.
50, huh?
Yeah, 50.
Wow.
That's all it takes. I didn't commit to the creepiness, actually. I was going to make it a little more creepy. But anyway, today's first 50 is Unreal Championship 2, The Leandry Conflict. It's a long name for no apparent reason. It's basically Unreal. And you're going to get 14 characters, 17 single-player levels, and I think there's a plot in the game somewhere. But look at the pretty graphics, right?
Wow.
Come on, those are pretty. No?
Yeah, they look good.
Now, are you an Unreal guy?
I do like Unreal.
Really?
Unreal Tournament.
Okay, well, this is Unreal Championship. This is the console version. Let me share with you quickly the very first experience that I had with the game. This is the first thing that happened when I fired it up. There I am, running around. I'm all excited to play. I'm trying to get used to the wall jumping, and stuck in some level geometry.
No.
Yeah, just entirely stuck, which is really odd because generally the Unreal games are as polished as can be.
Now, how often does this happen, though? Is this something that was...
It was definitely probably a fluke thing, which is why I totally gave the game another chance and backed out of it instead of just going, this game sucks, which I would with like a, country revenge, redneck rampage kind of game.
That was a good game.
It was
I ended up playing that.
You did, didn't you? So what makes this game interesting is the melee combat. You know, it's not just another Unreal Championship game because this time you've got all your standard weapons. There's some regular old firepower, of course. Every weapon has an alternate firing mode. But you can also switch over to melee weapons, and it'll be a third-person camera. You'll see it right here in a second. Bam! That's a little melee attack.
Oh.
And I'm using it to destroy somebody. There's even finishing moves because, you know, this is midway now.
Are you serious?
Yeah, so I perform a finishing move. The problem with the finishing moves is that it's not like a Mortal Kombat rip his head off and then, you know, pee in the hole. No, it's like you just hit the guy with a stab.
Pee in the hole never happened in Mortal Kombat.
Oh, it never did? Oh, sorry. That's how when we play Mortal Kombat, we play hardcore.
I guess so.
But there's adrenaline power-ups, there's all that jazz, all the weapons. The problem is that, you know, I feel like I've played this game before. Like, I feel like I've played this exact same game. It stands the melee combat, of course. But I feel like I've played this 1,000 times before.
And it's the same old Unreal Tournament, right? It's like the old
Unreal Championship.
Unreal Championship. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I mean, it looks the same, though.
Well, that's the thing. Like, you know, I don't know if I should cut him some slack and say, well, you know, people obviously want more, so there you go.
They're getting a lot of use out of the engine. They're making a lot of money.
That's
it's
fine.
Good for the books.
I don't know. In my opinion, the gameplay is kind of tired.
How much is the game full price?
It's full price. Oh, it's definitely full price. But for me, it's tired. But there's a lot of people that are jonesing for like hardcore arcade action, and as such, especially if you have Xbox Live, you really can't go wrong with the Unreal Championship 2.
I want to know when is the next Unreal Engine due out, because I've seen some screenshots and that looks really cool.
Yeah,
That's what I want.
I think it's either going to be later this year or next year. But you're going to start seeing games shipping with the tech for sure this year.
Nice.
Probably in a couple months.
Cool.
All right, now let's get some feet up in this piece, shall we?
On Wednesday, Turner Broadcasting unveiled a brand new video game on-demand service that'll give customers unlimited access to hundreds of games via high-speed internet for a monthly fee. We bet Ted Turner's got plenty of cheat codes. Know what I mean? Come on. Am I the only one who read Jane Fonda's book? It's gold. The service, to be known as Game Tap, has already licensed around 300 games from 17 different publishers. Once you join, you'll be able to download the games directly to your PC rather than having to play them over a network. Although the monthly fee is only likely to be around 10 to 20 bucks, beware of hidden charges. You know how these cable companies are. Get you wherever they can. Hate that. It's probably a good thing also that Turner's getting into the video game biz because the hammer may be about to fall on traditional cable television. That's right, DirecTV just launched Spaceway F1, which sounds like a ride at Epcot Center, but is in fact the first next-generation satellite capable of delivering hundreds of high-definition signals to DirecTV customers. The first of 4 scheduled satellites to launch between now and 2007, they'll be able to provide more than 1,500 local HD and more than 150 national HD channels. Rumors that Time Warner is training pilots to hit the satellite's 2-meter-wide exhaust port with proton torpedoes has yet to be verified. And now, if an Apple-related development fell in the woods and Steve Jobs wasn't around to get cranky about it, would anybody hear it? The upcoming unauthorized biography, Icon Steve Jobs, the greatest second act in the history of business, was probably on the fast track to Barnes & Noble's clearance bin until Jobs and Apple got involved. Apple removed all books published by John Wiley & Sons from their shelves worldwide after the publisher refused to stop the release of the biography. Although Wiley reps say the book is mostly laudatory, Apple claims it reveals unauthorized and secret information about the company. And you must never, ever, ever upset the apple. Don't even look at it. I can feel you looking at it. Stop. And finally, you know the movie Office Space? Everybody does. The guy gets hypnotized and starts being painfully honest to all his coworkers and peers and feels much better about himself. Well, somebody better check Microsoft Group Product Manager Greg Sullivan's credit card statement for any unusual stress relief procedures, because in a strange bout of truthfulness that can only mean this guy is severely cracked and is hoping to collect unemployment checks and drink Pabst Blue Ribbon for a few months, Sullivan told Information Week that Microsoft may be hyping up Longhorn just a bit too much, and that, quote, "We're set up to pleasantly surprise people who don't have super high expectations for Longhorn." This comes, of course, on the heels of the announcement that Longhorn will not include WinFS, the much ballyhooed new file system that was supposed to change the world, in addition to other anticipated applications. Just as we suspected, the name Longhorn was overcompensating. And that's today's feed. Now here's Kevin and Kevin with the weather. Kevin? Kevin?
Oh, sunny?
Yeah, it was nice out today. I went out for lunch.
Chance of rain?
Tomorrow, I guess.
We don't have the weather. We don't.
Weather.
But how about that Longhorn?
I'm so stoked. That was one of the funniest articles when I read that.
You were psyched about that, right?
It was funny. I mean, here is this guy. He works for Microsoft, and he starts going off on how Longhorn sucks.
What do you think?
Well, he didn't say it sucked, but
true. But
yeah, he was saying it's not going to be that
between the lines.
good. Yeah.
I mean, when the PR guy,
he wants to get fired.
Yeah, you
I
think?
have a feeling, yeah.
Do you think the Longhorn's going to be the be-all, end-all?
I was looking at all these screenshots, and it looks like crap. They're adding features you don't even want. The control panel. You know how you can't find anything in the control panel in XP?
Got to switch back to like the
classic mode. Everybody goes back to
classic
mode. Yeah. It's worse now.
What do they do?
Oh, they've added more crap all over the screen. I'm telling you, when this comes out, I'm going to Apple. I'm probably going to go to Tiger or DOS.
Wow.
I'll go back to DOS.
Just go back to DOS.
DOS 6.2.2.
No 3.1?
That's right. Maybe 3.1. Well, no, I didn't like 3.1.
Oh, man.
It was okay. 3.1.1 was better. The 1.1 release.
Yes.
For workgroups.
Ski-free ran. Excellent.
That's right. With MemMaker.
When the Magic TV Tube comes back to life, we'll showcase the T-shirts that you created. That's the viewer.
Nice.
Them.
They created.
And you'll find out how to take your digital video and jazz it up a bit. So stick around.
The Feed is brought to you by the U.S. Navy. Navy, accelerate.
Digital video cameras are everywhere, and more people are creating indie films and downloadable content for the web. But if you want to enhance your video or make it look film-like, all you need is a piece of software from Red Giant called Magic Bullet. Here to explain is Red Giant software product manager, Sean Seyfried. Hey, Sean.
Hey, Kevin.
Welcome back to the show.
Thanks a lot.
Now, there's more and more people. I'm seeing everywhere I pop up, there's more video on the web. It's like really blowing up because prices are falling on cameras. Typically, what kind of video are you seeing now that's really in the mainstream?
Well, a lot of people are getting these inexpensive, sub-$500 one-chip DV cameras now, and they shoot great quality video, and that's why you're seeing them on the web.
Now, when you talk about great quality video, what are we talking about as far as the actual signal of the video? That's called like 60i, right?
Exactly. It's interlaced video, which means that instead of seeing one frame like you have on your digital photography camera, you're actually seeing two fields at the same time, one interlaced after the other.
So there's an example of some stuff shot on 60i right there.
Right. So this is sort of the fast motion that you would see if you were panning in a sports shot or other kinds of things. And this is typically what the user has when they shoot on their video camera.
Right. Now, I have a little more, some of the stuff that I shoot is a little more advanced, where we pay a little bit more for the camera, and it does a mode called 24p. Tell me about 24p.
So 24p is the same frame rate that all the Hollywood films are shot at that actually shoot on film as opposed to on video. And the difference is that you get a little bit more stutter in the motion, but you also get kind of motion blur. And that blur gives us a way to sort of step back a little bit from the action and let our eyes or imagination get into the video or the story.
So it's really the difference between, I mean, obviously when you shoot stuff on the mini DV cam that's $500, it looks like a home movie.
That's
but
right.
then when you see movie-type stuff, it's all done in 24p then.
Exactly.
And then Magic Bullet is the software that can take the 60i and convert it to 24p. Is that right?
That's right. Our Magic Bullet Suite tool lets you do that conversion, and we looked at those two things side by side. The conversion would be identical. You can't really tell much of a difference between 24p native, like you shot on your camera, or a Magic Bullet Suite output.
Okay, so here's an example of 24p that was you actually took the 60i and converted it. Now, this is what really the look that people are kind of going for, and they don't want to spend the money. I mean, an expensive camera is what, like $4,000 or $5,000 to get a 24p camera, but you can do this with a $500 camera.
Yep. And
go ahead.
All you have to do is just process it through the software.
Now, we have another kind of a side-by-side that you shot that gives us an example of what is this here exactly that we're going to see?
So this is a spec spot, actually, that the guy who created the Magic Bullet, Stu Maschwitz at The Orphanage, they're a big production company, worked on Sin City and all these different things, and he's a director that does his own commercials. What we're seeing is a little spot he did for his own reel, and what we're seeing now on the viewer is the before, or what you get if all you're doing is just taking your video and shooting it interlaced.
Right, so that's standard, like if you have a $500 camera, you could shoot something like this.
Exactly. This was shot on an XL1 camera, but you could do this with just about any camera.
Okay, so then now when we take the Magic Bullet and apply it, oh, I see. That's it on the right there, right?
Exactly. So the motion is a little slower. You get a sort of blur to it. And we've also added kind of this cold, kind of blue, kind of cool feeling to it. Just like on, CSI or one of these commercials.
That's cool.
Videos where you really want to give them that cold, distant feeling.
That's awesome. Now, one of the things that I have to tell you, I have a problem with Magic Bullet, and the only problem I have, it's great, it just takes forever when I'm trying to render out my scenes. I have like 20-minute clips, and it's going to take me, a couple hours to do it.
Yep.
How can we speed this up? Do you have anything planned for the future that's going to make this faster?
Coming this summer, we're going to be using the graphics cards, the same cards that people are using to accelerate Doom 3 or Half-Life 2. We're going to use the NVIDIA cards to accelerate the output. So today, if you're using Premiere Pro or one of these applications, you're getting about 1 or 2 frames a second. With the accelerated video cards, we're going to see 15 frames a second.
Very nice. So it's going to use the GPU, actually offload all that processing of the GPU.
That's right.
That's
so
awesome.
That's going to be our Magic Bullet Editors 2 product, and it'll be real time.
Very cool. Well, thanks for coming on the show.
Appreciate it.
Appreciate it. To learn more about Magic Bullet software and how it works, you can visit our show notes for all the links. Now let's toss it over to Kevin and Sarah.
All right, thank you, Chief. Now, tomorrow, we're playing Call of Duty United Offensive in the Attack of the Show LAN party.
Yay!
Yeah, the only thing more realistic, Sarah, than looking down the sight of your Springfield M1903 in Call of Duty United Offensive...
What could that be?
...is looking down the sight of an actual Springfield M1903.
You don't say, Kevin.
Yeah, I did, actually. I think
Yeah, you did, actually.
But it kind of goes without saying, so...
Absolutely.
Probably shouldn't have said it.
To register, go to our website and click on Join Our LAN Party. You'll get all the details and links to get yourself started. And we'll see you Thursday for the LAN Party. Woohoo! It's going to be such a cool party.
It's
the best kind.
Yes, the best kind of parties are the LAN parties. You're right.
Now, it's time for User Created. Now, Kevin, as you know, last week we issued a call for help.
Yes, panicked and dialed.
Panicked and dialed. Not drunk.
No.
But it was dialed.
Yes,
yeah.
might as well then.
Might as well. We drunk dialed you. We desperately needed T-shirt designs, and once again, you, our favorite viewers, delivered. We had a pretty wide range of submissions from the simple and elegant I'm with AOTS. In fact, we have that here. Now, that's fun.
Yeah, that's creative.
I like it.
Well, it's cool.
Are they calling us stupid?
That's what I'm wanting. That's the thing. Like, it's you.
I just got that.
Yeah, right?
Okay, so to some moving tributes, some of our finest bits. Home road.
Ah, yes. Love the home road.
Who doesn't want a home road shirt?
I want that.
I would even wear it.
What size is this?
You can have it.
Okay, thanks. Cool.
It's way too big for you, though.
Oh, it is, yeah.
Oh, it'd be like a little nightshirt.
Ooh, that'd be fun.
And now here are our top 5 other T-shirts. Okay, I was an intern on AOTS, and all I got was this used web server by Anthony Edwento.
That's wrong for so many reasons, but
that's super.
That's why it's awesome, actually.
It is. Next one, Office Jesus is my homeboy. That's from John Lauco. Good times, John. Good times.
Summoned it.
Then, of course, we've got sort of some flying skulls. That's from Cutter White. Cutter White, I remember that name. Remember, I made fun of his name. I'm like, whose name is Cutter?
Really?
He's back.
I like that name.
Cutter, we love
Good shirt, too.
Yellowy Cartoony AOTS.
Is that what it is? Is that the official file name?
Yeah, that's what I call it.
Okay.
And Dan Deemer, and our favorite shirt of them all.
What is it? Let's see it. Ah, the Angry Television. Is this
and bloody.
Is this by Ken Jutsu? Yes.
We liked it so much. We're actually going to be making an extremely limited edition run and giving them out next week.
Oh,
so
nice.
If you like it, then try to get one.
Does Ken get one? I mean, he made the thing.
Ken will get one.
Okay, cool.
Thanks, Ken. We
Appreciate
owe it all
buddy.
to you. Now, since we got so many drunk Vaders and home rows on the T-shirts, we want to try to make your own opening skit for next week. This should be good.
Yes, come on,
This should be
please.
good. You know what we're into. You know what we like. So be sure you check out our website for the rules, because there are a lot of them. That's the way it works when you got a legal department. If we like yours, we're going to use it during the show, though, so get creative.
Very nice.
Now, coming up after the break, we're taking your calls. And if you ask the right question, you may receive a prize.
Really? All right, and don't let the iPhonies fool you with their iStyle mimicry. No. There are much cheaper ways to accessorize your iPod, and we're going to show them, Sarah.
Great.
That's what we do. You'll have to excuse me, I'm a little sleepy. You see, last night I slaved away adjusting jumpers and fiddling with fossil drivers just so you could dust off your U.S. robotics and be attacked by our BBS. You're welcome. And Simon Field, the author of Gonzo, Gizmos, Projects, and Devices to Channel Your Inner Geek, will be here to show you how to throw a perfect spiral. Yes, we're kidding. And we'll wrap up our William Street visit with a bang, a crash, and a ball of meat. That's right. We're going to the Aqua Teen Hunger Forces hood, G.
G. Now, no, Kev, you know the iPod, it's very expensive.
Yes.
It's
but
pricey.
It plays MP3s.
It plays MP3s. It's a cool device, but it comes as no surprise that all the accessories are also very expensive.
Right. Well, they figured that you can afford the player, you might as well afford everything else.
Exactly. So what I want to do is I'm going to show you a few different really cool accessories for the iPod and some cheaper alternatives for them.
Nice.
So let's start off with the Griffin iBeam. Take a look at these little guys right here.
Really?
Yeah, really.
No,
you take this.
Don't even show this.
Plug it in.
Come on.
Bam, laser pointer right there. Isn't that cool?
Oh, yeah. Why the hell would you ever want that for your iPod?
If you're there's no reason to really want this.
If you're at a rave and you're listening to the iPod,
you can't find your keys at night. You can't find your keys at night, and then you put this one in. Look at that, little light, little miniature light.
If you can find your iPod and the little accessory that's flying around, chances are you could find your damn keys.
Yes. Well,
I have something against this accessory for some reason, and I don't know what, but I don't like it.
Okay.
Get it away!
Okay, so listen, that was the expensive one. What we were saying, remember we said cheap alternatives? So this is the laser pointer pin right here. You can get this for $5. Now, you like that?
Oh, so now this is a laser pointer.
Yeah, and it's also a pin. Look at that, see?
Oh.
Like
okay, that makes a little more sense.
There we go. Now, moving on. Do not break these things. They are not ours. They're products department.
Oh, hey.
Okay, moving on. The next thing is the Belkin iPod Auto Accessories. Take a look. This is actually like 3 different accessories. First, you plug this into your little cup. You set your iPod in here. Then you have to bring this little connector around the bottom here, kind of plug it in through the bottom. Okay. Then you plug this into your cigarette adapter. Okay. And then this is your FM transmitter so that you can actually send it out to your radio.
Wow.
$110 for all this stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a little much. There's a lot of cables, and I really don't like this.
Suddenly the laser pointer doesn't seem so
lame. Yeah, exactly. Now take a look at this here. This is the alternative. This is the DLO Transpod FM. This is all-in-one device, so all you have to do is, where'd the iPod go? There it is. Slide it in like that. It docks itself. Take a look at the back here. Boom, that plugs into whatever you like. And just
probably a cigarette lighter.
Yeah, probably a cigarette lighter. Yeah.
And this, whatever you like opens it up to a whole new audience.
You're right.
Let's just say it's for your car.
Correct.
Yeah,
so this I don't have anything to say to that. This is actually, our lab said this is the strongest signal they have ever seen when it comes to FM transmitters.
And you're telling me it's cheaper than this thing?
$100 versus $110.
Nice.
Which is kind of cool. Yeah. So that's one that we like. Okay.
It's white though.
Moving on. Take a look at this here. This is the Solio Solar Charger. This goes for $100, and this is actually kind of cool. If you're out camping and you don't have anything
you can't rough it without that iPod.
Not without the iPod. You just actually this I don't know if this is that cool, but you actually set it out in the sun. It gets a full charge, and then it can charge your iPod from here.
It actually works.
It actually it takes a while to charge. You have to have direct sunlight, then it takes a while. It charges the battery inside of it, and then it can charge your iPod. It folds up nicely though, kind of.
Oh, that's clearly worth the price.
Okay, so anyway, you can move on. You can get this. This is the cheaper alternative. That was $100. This one right here, the Belkin battery backup, is only $60.
Very cool.
And this actually uses just little AA batteries that you put down inside here. So that one's much cheaper. Now, the last thing here, I'm mad about this one because
these are interesting.
Apple owes me some money. I came up with this. I put this on the show a couple years ago. The sock, the iPod sock, bunch of different colors here. $30. Slide your little iPod in there. It gets you nice and snug.
Isn't
that nice?
iPod cozy.
Dude, I did this 2 years ago with the normal sock. Apple saw it and they decided to copy me. I think they owe me royalties for this. I'm serious.
Fair enough.
2 years ago.
Steve Jobs is going to pull your book now.
All right. What's that? For the links to all these products, there's some really cool ones here. What you should not buy and the alternatives of what we think you should buy. You can get them all in our show notes.
All right, now it's time to take a little phone call or 2.
Let's do it.
Maybe 3. Aaron joins us on the phone from Columbus, Ohio. Aaron, are you there?
Hey, Aaron.
How you doing?
How's it going?
Doing all right. Well, not so good, actually. My computer, I'm having problems.
Okay.
What's up?
I'm on the user screen. I'm on the login screen. I just got my computer. I don't have a password.
You just don't remember the password, or is it?
No, I got it from somebody. No one knows the password.
Sure. He got the computer from somebody. And
yeah, no password. And then did me dirty.
So you need to get in and get the data that's on the hard drive.
Yes.
All right.
Dark tip away, my friend.
Now, there's a few ways that you can do this. Probably the best way is, okay, you're going to need a program called NT Password. It's NTPASSWD. Type that into Google. It'll give you a little downloadable file that you have to burn to a disk, okay?
Okay.
You do that. You put that in the CD-ROM drive. You boot from that. that will allow you to get into Linux and reset the password. The password is actually stored in something called a SAM file, which is kind of like it stores all the encrypted hashes inside there.
You could always download the broken and get all this.
Yeah, actually.
I mean, let's just
okay, let me help you out.
I can't even install American Online.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I'll tell you what. There's a step-by-step instructions for this. Go to thebroken.org.
Did he just say he can't install AOL?
Right, he said he can't install
So chances are he's probably not going to be able to crack the password with Linux.
Yeah,
well, he could watch the video and learn how to crack
Okay, all right, fair enough. Give him the video. I'm sorry.
Go to thebroken.org, download the 3rd video, and it has a step-by-step instruction on how you can actually reset this password. You're going to overwrite the hash file, and then you'll be able to get in there with no password or whatever you set it up to be.
Sounds easy.
Yeah, it is easy once you figure out how to get into the Windows System 32 config directory with a sample.
All right, stay where you are. We'll check in with our chat room. Be there. No excuses.
It's Thursday at 10 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Pacific is the first hour-long Icons episode that looks behind the scenes of the new game Psychonauts and the history of Tim Schafer's other classic games. Let's check it out on Thursday.
Woo! And seriously, I hate to do it again, but please email me if you can help with the BBS, AOTBBS.
There's no one that knows how to do that.
gmail.com. I'm getting like emails that are like, dude, I used to run one like 13 years ago. Maybe I can kind of remember it. No, you have to know World War IV. You have to have experience with door games. And I'm going to call you tonight, please. And there will be punch and pie if you can help.
Or if you just really like Kevin, tell him you know World War IV, and he'll call you.
Oh, that's great. There goes the inbox. Thanks, Kev. Appreciate it, buddy. There it goes. Got any chatters, anything going on?
Yeah, Star Saber asks, did Kevin P. watch Adult Swim last night? They mentioned his visit to William Street.
Whoa.
Yes, we were a bump. We were one of the the Adult Swim black and white cards. Yeah, it was a picture of me and the crew.
You were a bump.
It's, you know, I aspire, and I can die a happy man now.
There you go.
Nice. Yeah.
Next one, G4 Dar asks, what do you think about Sony's announcement to sell EverQuest 2 game items for real cash?
Oh, I think it's smart. I mean, you can't stop it from happening. People have tried. Every single company has tried. So they figure, you know what? We're not making any money on the subscriptions because enough people aren't playing it. Why don't we just take some money off the auctions? There you go. I don't really know that they're not making enough off playing it. I'm just assuming because everybody else is playing World of Warcraft.
That's right.
You know.
No, I agree.
It's a safe assumption.
I think everybody should do that. They should open it up.
Let them, if someone wants to buy something and someone wants to sell something, let them. They're only ruining the game for themselves. That's what I think.
That's right.
All right.
Apparently I was alone on that one. I was going for a wonder.
That's right, Kevin.
That's it, guys.
All right.
No more encores, curtain calls. We're done. Done for the day.
Oh, that was easy. Thank you. And thanks to our guest, Sean Safri. Now, I don't mean to be a pain, but put the dishes in the kitchen because they're not going to wash themselves.
Get to it, slugger.
Do the